What is up, beautiful people? Welcome to my channel. First and foremost, I want to give a big shout out to everybody who has subscribed to my channel already. I am so thankful. I cannot believe how quickly you guys have subscribed to my channel. It is completely ridiculous, and I am so very thankful. Here on this channel, we're all about owning and embodying our success and our happiness academically, socially, and financially while kicking butts on our college campuses. So if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe and join the family. Would love to have you. As a freshman at the George Washington University last year, I had to discover the hard way that some of these habits are just straight up unhealthy, not good for my body, and would completely hurt my grade unless I dropped them immediately. If you're anything like me, then you'll definitely benefit from this video, so keep on watching. So the first and perhaps most obvious habit that if you have, you definitely have to get rid of is not putting in enough effort to pass your classes. And by that, I mean not paying attention in class, being on your phone during class, or not participating during class. I mean, if you think about it, you're really only doing yourself a disservice. And I like to think that professors are not paying attention to these things and that they don't notice them, but at the end of the day, you'd rather be safe than sorry because they do have full control over your final grade at the end of the semester. So if you have this habit, please do get rid of it. It'll benefit you. All right, so the second bad habit on my list is not studying for your exams. Now, when you think about it, in high school, usually your final grade is made up of a combination of a bunch of things. It's usually exams, quizzes, homework, in-class assignments, and all of those kinds of things. But when you get to college, what happens is most of your exams or most of your classes are made up of 2 to 3 different exams. And so what's gonna happen is if you don't study for those exams, then say you fail 1 or 2 or all 3 of them, then you're most likely going to not pass that class. And if it's a class that you need for a major or for a requirement, then you're not going to want to take that all over again because obviously that's a waste of time. So do study for your exams. Your grades will thank you. The third and most common bad habit on this list is procrastination. I cannot stress this enough. By procrastination, I mean not doing the textbook reading. I mean not doing the assignment until the very last minute because we work best under pressure anyway, right? Wrong. What's going to happen is we're not going to give ourselves enough time to learn if we procrastinate. One, we're not going to learn in the process that we're supposed to be learning. We're not giving ourselves enough time to process the information, to retain the information, and we're not learning from the mistakes that we may be making while studying or while learning. So my advice is to create a schedule for yourself. Do the reading by sections. If you have a certain due date to have a certain part of the book read, then separate it by the amount of pages that you have to read so that by the due date you can have it read. If you're gonna wait until the very last day to do a 56-page reading, like you're only fooling yourself. It's not gonna happen, it's not gonna work, and you're gonna skim through it, and next thing you know, you're gonna have an exam and you're not gonna pass. So don't procrastinate, do your assignments, do your reading, your grades will thank you. The fourth habit on my list is pulling all-nighters. Now, this is way too common in college, so much so that it can become an entire lifestyle. Especially when you're a freshman in college, you now have complete control over your life and you have all of this freedom, and it's like this day you can go to brunch with this new friend and dinner with that new friend and parties every weekend, and next thing you know, the due dates and the deadlines just sneak up on you and you have zero time to do anything, and so you have to start pulling all-nighters to study for your exams and to get your work done. But please don't be that person. Again, create a schedule for yourself so that you can do everything in a timely manner. Do not pull all-nighters. On that same note, the fifth bad habit that is on the list that you have got to drop when you're in college is not getting enough sleep. Please don't be the person that wears their sleeplessness as a badge of honor. Unless you are a member of that 1% of the population who can survive on 4 hours of sleep at night, fix your sleeping schedule. Because when you don't sleep, you don't have energy to go to class, you don't have energy to participate in class, and you start becoming that person who skips to sleep. Don't be that person. And on top of that, not getting enough sleep impacts your mood, your weight, your health, your energy, and basically everything you do throughout the day. So fix your sleeping schedule, get you some sleep so that you can have energy to go to class. So the sixth bad habit that will definitely not fly in college if you want to succeed is skipping class. Now, I know this may not seem like that big of a deal, but if you think about it, most college classes you only have for like 2 to 3 days in a week. And so skipping class once in a week can literally leave you feeling so far behind. You do not want to be that person who is sitting in class wondering, how did the professor get from chapter 4 to chapter 14? And I'm not telling you to not go to the clinic if you're sick, but what I'm saying is not getting enough sleep is not a reason to skip. And also, so many professors are very particular about their attendance policies. Some of them, after you miss a certain amount of class, your grade can drop by like a whole letter grade. So pro tip, get sleep, go to class, read the syllabus, and know your professor's attendance policies. Now, the next bad habit is one of my personal favorites, and that's because it is one of my biggest weaknesses. If you're anything like me, when you first get to college, you're going to want to do everything all at the same time. You're going to want to do a cappella, you're going to want to you're going to want to join 3 different dance groups, you're going to want to be in that social justice group and that marching band group, and you're going to want an internship and a job and have a full credit of classes all at the same time. Don't do that. We only have 24 hours in the day. And a lot of times I'll tell myself, oh, I can make time for things. There's no way to make extra time for anything else if your schedule is already full. And on top of that, you have to think about taking care of yourself. That junk takes so much time. You gotta schedule time to go grocery shopping and do laundry and cook and clean. All of that stuff takes so much time that so often college freshmen don't think about when they're making their schedules or when they're picking their extracurricular activities, that we end up overbooking ourselves and we feel like we're always exhausted, we're not sleeping enough, we're not doing the right things, or no matter how hard we try, we're not succeeding. That is because you are doing too many things at the same time. So take a personal self-check. Figure out what your priorities are. What is it that you're trying to accomplish? What are your goals? And get rid of some of those things. You know, if they're not complete priorities and you don't have to have them to accomplish your goals or get to where you're trying to get rid of it. You don't have to be doing it. You only have 24 hours. You can't make extra time. The next bad habit is really quite simple in that it's not being organized enough. In high school, you could get away with having messy homework or not having a strict system for how you remember what is due and when it's due. But in college, you're trying to juggle so many things at the same time that it often becomes impossible if you don't have a planner or a calendar to keep your life in check. I use a planner and a calendar and my Google Calendar to keep everything organized so that everything can be in a place where I can see it and I can use it so that I never feel like I'm falling behind on anything. In college, you will need to use either a planner or a calendar or the reminds in your phone or your Google Calendar, something to make sure that you're managing and keeping your financial, personal, social, academic life, all of that in check so that you don't feel like you're falling behind on anything and that you never miss a due date, because these things are important. Now, the 9th and perhaps most important thing on this list, which it's a bad habit, but it's important to think about it, okay, is not taking care of yourself. And people, I'm not just talking about physically. I'm talking about not taking care of yourself emotionally, not taking care of yourself mentally. In college, you're juggling so many things at the same time, and a lot of times the one thing that can tend to slip through the cracks is yourself. And so many times, I hear this even from myself. I tell myself, I don't have enough time to ... And that can be, I don't have enough time to go to the gym. I don't have enough time to journal. I don't have enough time for yoga or to meditate. And you don't have to do all of those things. I personally don't, but it's good to have like a method and a system that you can always come back to when you start feeling mentally cloudy, or when you start feeling like everything is too much and you just need a break. So make sure that taking care of yourself is a top priority, because academics are important, your social life is important, your job is important, but nothing is more important than taking care of you. So keep that in mind. Always check in. Make sure you're doing good emotionally. Make sure you're doing good mentally. If you have to keep a journal, keep a journal. Write down those emotions. Get in check with them so that you know that you're doing good, because if you're not good, then nothing will be good. Now, the last bad habit on my list, number 10, is one of my favorites as well, and it's probably going to be your favorite too, and that is food. Yes, food can be a bad habit, especially when you first get to college. You have complete freedom over what you eat. Literally nobody, not a single person in the entire world can tell you, and Lori, don't stuff your face with them Cheetos. Don't stuff your face with them Cheez-Its and these cheese puffs and these mozzarella sticks. You get the point. I have a cheese problem, but listen, nobody can tell you what to do. And so it's so easy to just always be eating and eating and eating and snacking in between meals. But that is so not good for you. It is so not healthy. And that is a direct way to go from freshman 15 to freshman 60. Now, unless you're purposely trying to gain weight, and yes, there's a healthy way to do that, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you, avoid that vending machine. Avoid snacking too much in between meals. Avoid skipping meals. Avoid that vending machine. Go to the dining hall if you have one, or go get healthy food, or cook for yourself if you can. That is the best way to keep eating healthy, to not eat too much garbage, not turn junk food into a lifestyle, and not eat that 2 weeks old pizza that is still sitting in the fridge. Like, I know it looks good, I know it smells fine, but it's fake anyway. Don't put it in your body. You will thank you later, I promise. Make healthy food choices, otherwise your body will deteriorate right in front of your face. All right, y'all, these were my 10 habits that will definitely not fly in college. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have ideas or suggestions as to what else you would like to see, I would love to do that. Some of you have asked me to do meal prepping, which is something that I love to do, and I can't wait to get back on campus to start filming some meal prep videos as to how I cook and how I eat. I would also love to share my scheduling with you, my planning, and so if you would like to see more of that, please do subscribe to this channel, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, tell me what you want to see, and I'll get to it. Thank you guys so much for all the support. If you made it this far in the video, you are an OG, and I thank you. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there.